It is almost autumn, so you know what that means. Tank top season. I'm a little behind the 8 ball on this, but for some reason, I just really don't like making tank tops. I think it's because you have to like finish everything, and finishing is my least favorite part of making garments. So I really just don't make tank tops very often. However, I ran across this video on Instagram.
As promised, here comes the tutorial for the absolute easiest and most perfect basic top you'll ever sew.
And it looks like maybe the easiest way to make a nice fitting tank. So we're gonna try it today and see how this goes. I have done a little bit of prep work for this. I took a tank that I thrifted a while ago. It's just one of these sleeveless mock neck sweater tank tops. I like the way it fits, except for the mock neck part. So I used that to make a pattern. I have the back piece here and I have the front. Generally speaking, I don't sew with knits very often. So my collection of knits is very, very small. And I was trying to figure out how I'm going to at least test this out without cutting into my really good knits that I'm saving for this, but I want to make sure I get it right first. I think I came up with the perfect solution. I have 2 dresses that I really don't like the fit of. I have just a regular navy one where the top of it is like kind of blah. And then I have this one. Where's the front? I thrifted this one fairly recently, but I didn't try it on before I bought it. And when I got it home, I realized it's probably a maternity dress, and that's just not the look I'm going for. So I'm gonna use the skirt of each of these to follow the pattern in the Instagram video. So first things first, I need to cut the skirts off of this, and then we will get stuff cut out. So as much as I can, I'm gonna try and use the bottom hem that's already there so that I don't have to hem this when I'm done. Fortunately, this part looks long enough. Hopefully the rest of it will stay that way. So the directions are I need 2 fronts and I need 2 backs. So I'm gonna need a front in the pattern, a back in the pattern, a front in the blue, and a back in the blue. Believe it or not, I only had enough fabric to do 2 fronts. So I have a blue front and a patterned front. I didn't have enough to do a back piece unless it was gonna have a big nasty seam down the middle, and that's not what I want. So I'm still gonna follow the same directions. No, I'm not. I need to figure out how to get another back piece, because if I don't, then parts of this are gonna be like raw seams, raw edges, and I don't want any of that. So I wonder if I have a t-shirt somewhere. I think a t-shirt would work really well. Be right back. All right, I didn't have a t-shirt, at least not out here, so I just found this knit of some sort. So we're gonna use this instead. It's in the blue family. The one thing I didn't do that I should have done was check the stretch. So like the across stretch is not nearly as dramatic as the up and down stretch. So I don't think it'll matter. I think it's still gonna be great. So the instruction she gives is to pin the front sides of the 2 back panels together, right sides in, and then the 2 panels for the front, right sides in, and then either zigzag stitch or overlock the neck and the arms. So that's what we're gonna do. It doesn't sound overly hard, which is good. The hardest part of that was just that these fabrics are really like light and slinky, so it's kind of hard to keep them together, but in total I think it took about 4 minutes to get that sewn together. This is my back panel. Ta-da! The top of the straps are still open and the side is still open, but I have serged the armhole together and the neck together. And then I did the same thing for the front piece. So the straps are still open, but the neck has been sewn together, the armhole has been sewn together, but the side is still open. So what I do next is I turn the front pieces so that it's right side out, and then we tuck this up between the 2 back panels, and we pin it at the strap area. I'm gonna try to make this work so that you can see it. Let's go. And by let's go, I mean you gotta rise up and look down on the peasants. Back panel, here's my front panel, and because I have basically 3 different types of fabric. I want to make sure that this side is touching this side. I don't know if it'll make any difference or not, but I don't want to find out. I'm going to take this strap, and I'm going to put it right in between the layers for the back. So now I have basically a tube within a tube of this shoulder strap. There are 4 layers here. Back panel, and then the 2 middle ones are the front layers. Hope that makes sense. So I'm going to pin this matching the side seams, and you'll serge along that, making sure that you catch all 4 layers. And you're going to repeat it on the other shoulder strap. Ta-da! The shoulders are sewn. The one thing I ran into is that because the inside is turned inside out, right side in, right side out, it is smaller than this. So I tried to stretch it a little bit, but I think we're gonna end up with some like bumpy bits on the areas that the back connects to the front. We will live with it because it is our first time doing this. So now the way that you kind of finish this up is your side seams. You match up all 4 layers. So I'm gonna start at this seam right here. Make sure everything is straight on the inside, and you're gonna sew all 4 layers together right along here. So I'm just gonna overlock, I'm gonna serge all 4 of these layers together. Just wanna make sure that it's not like bumpy along here, that everything is aligned and we catch all 4 layers, pin it together, and then go sew it and figure out how to turn it right side out. And then we'll also have to figure out the bottom because my plan of using the original hems got dashed. I have followed all of the instructions. It does not seem like this is going to work. We're just gonna turn something right side out and we're going to see if it turns into a shirt, because right now it's a bag. There's no holes in it except for the bottom. No way. It's a shirt. Look at this. I made a shirt and it took like less than an hour. Look at that. And all of the seams are on the inside. Like all of the edges are on the inside except for the bottom, and I don't really know what to do about the bottom. I was never gonna wear that dress, especially this one, like the pattern one, because it made me look pregnant and I'm not. But look at this. I'm gonna put it on and we can see what it looks like because I'm really excited. Heck yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3. It's a shirt. I think it needs to be pressed, so I'm gonna go do some ironing on it, but like, hello? This is magic. Like legitimately, this is magic. All of my jersey knit stuff is in danger. Look at this. Look at it. And it's really, you know, of course it's gonna be stretchy because everything was stretchy. So I was looking to see, do we have any problems where the seam was like maybe right there, a little bulgy right there, but it's not too bad. We're gonna make another one because if I stop now, this video is gonna be like 45 seconds long. So let me find another fabric and we may just have a tank top runway show at this point. Holla. Okay, I've given her a press, pretty light press because I'm not sure if it can handle a heavy press, but let's take a tour so you can see the inner workings of her. So we've got the back inside, we have the back exterior, and a really nice little edge there. Then we have the front exterior, and then we've got the front interior. This is what I meant by maybe those seams didn't line up super well, but you really can't notice unless you're looking at them. And don't look at my clothes that closely. Here's my armhole. And then look at the bottom. Down here at the bottom, I definitely have some length issues. The front 2 panels are great. They line up perfectly, but I kind of ran out of fabric on the back. So I'm gonna have to clean up the back piece of this, and I guess also the front, which is fine. I'll just probably go straight across and put a new hem on it. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Na-na-na-na. I mean, I haven't done the bottom of it yet, but it was like 30 minutes. Now, I'm sure I'll overthink the bottom of it and ruin everything, but I haven't done it yet, so it's only taken 30 minutes so far. I want to make another one, and I think I know exactly what I want to make it out of. Hang on. I bought this It's not jersey, it's just a stretch knit from Sew by Sew. And if you've never used Sew by Sew, they do dead stock fabrics. So you can get new to you fabrics that are not damaging to the planet. You're actually doing something nice for the planet. The question is, do I want to use the same fabric for all 4 panels, or do I try to find something else? Because if I use something else, then it is reversible. But I don't really have something else. But I also don't necessarily want to use up all of this. I might want to save some of it for something else. I don't know. Haven't gotten that far yet, but we will figure it out. This is really exciting because I've been needing and wanting these kind of tanks, you know, something a little more fitted but stretchy that I could wear to work. This is it. I don't even know if I need to top sew this. You should, but I don't even know if I need to. I don't know. We're winning right now. Huzzah. Change of plans for right now. I'm going to use this. I also got this from Sew by Sew. It is just a cotton stretch jersey. We're going to make one out of this. Let's do a quick change. I cropped this one because I'm going to send it to my sister-in-law. It's very much her style. A little less mine, but still, it's super cute, even as a crop. Dang it. I gotta fill some time in here. This is gonna be way too short for you guys. Let's cut some stuff out and I can tell you what I've been up to. Boop. I just got a thought. What would it look like if I were to attach a skirt to the bottom of this? Like, I have a lot of this. I don't know if it'll be enough. It's something to think about. This is one of those things that I've talked about before. Having patterns that you can use for multiple things that are not intimidating for you. I cranked out 2 of these things in like an hour. The bottom of this isn't done, but whatever, I don't care. But it's not intimidating. I know there are folks out there that are like me. If a pattern looks too difficult, you're not gonna do it. You know who you are. I don't need to know who you are, but you know who you are. Is that too much? I immediately thought of this fabric, but I don't know, is it too much? I don't think it is. I think it's gonna look really good. But having really easy patterns that you can crank something out when you're feeling inspired, but then you can also add to it. I think I could add a skirt to this and I think it would look really good. I also wonder if I cut the neck a little higher, could I attach a mock turtle to it? I'm also not a huge turtleneck fan because I get very hot. And for some reason, my neck gets the hottest. Fun fact, I have a cousin. Their nickname from our grandfather was Hot Neck because that was why he couldn't work outside, apparently, was that his neck was hot. And we all laughed at him. I get it. Maybe it's a genetic thing. I don't know. But my neck also gets very, very hot, which is why I can't wear my hair down for more than half an hour or so because it gets really hot. My nickname was Big Katie because I was the first girl. It was me. The other girl cousin had Big in her nickname too. So maybe it wasn't that special. I don't know. So some other fun things that have been going on. I got a new job. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It fulfills all of the things that I love to do professionally, but it requires that I talk pretty much all day long and that I think creatively about problems, especially other people's problems, and how to help them solve it. I have not had the mental energy to think creatively about any of my own stuff, which is part of the reason I've been so quiet on here, because there is not one creative cell left in my brain. I mean, there is now because I'm doing this, but normally I get like little hits of dopamine inspiration on Instagram, and that's been really dry for a while. So running across this video was good because I was inspired. I'm hoping, as I kind of get into more of a routine with this position, that I can be more creative here. And I don't want to be so absent because I miss you guys and I miss like doing things and sharing the things. Hopefully your girl will be around a little more often. I will say I have done probably 2 versions of Cheapy to Creepy, part 2 or part 3. I think I'm calling it part 2. I have not had the mental anything to actually sit down and edit. So again, maybe this video will be the reignition for that because they're pretty cool. Like I'm pretty happy with the things that I've done and I want to share them with you guys. Actually, do you want to go see them? Do you want to see what I've done? Here's a sneak peek at my Cheapy to Creepy part 2. I also got a new desk. This is by Sedata, and it's perfect. It just creates this nice small workspace that I really was needing in here. So it's really messy, and I'm sorry it's not cleaner, but look at my new workspace. It's so cool. Okay, really quick, cheapy to creepy video coming soon. That's all you get for right now, but I like them so far. I'm trying to think if I need to add any other things to the video. I've got a bunch of things to make creepy, so we'll see when I actually get those done. But I'm ready. I'm ready for spooky season. I'm ready for cold, even though, you know, sun's out, guns out. I'm ready, because I'm tired of the summer. I'm also wondering if this would be a good pattern to do for bodysuits. I've never made a bodysuit before because I don't really wear bodysuits, but I could if I had one to wear, and maybe this would be a good way to make one. I feel like it would still work. I'll look into it and I'll report back. Something else I'm thinking about with this is, you know, I really like going to the Goodwill outlets where you buy things by the pound and running across these types of spandexy dresses. Not a big fan of wearing these. I don't know why, but I think in a lined tank top like this, I could take advantage of the patterns while not having to wear the whole dress. And it gets out of the landfill, which is one of my favorite things. I don't know. I'm also wondering if I could do this with some of my husband's old t-shirts. Like, I think that would be really cool. The possibilities are running through my head right now, and I like it. That's the kind of inspiration I've been needing. I've been needing my brain to find something to latch onto and go, this is where we get dopamine. I'll see you in a minute, because I'm going to cut things out and listen to this podcast. Surprise, surprise. I didn't actually film anything else for the rest of the day, because just got lost in time, I guess. I did decide to go to Goodwill because it was $1 a day, and I wanted to see if I could find items that were either $1 or half price, just to see what I could do with this pattern. This is my latest workout shirt. Just from a t-shirt, it is fine. It's a little weird because the front patch is on the back, but I wanted this on the front. It's not bad. I need to fiddle with it some more. Really, all I can say is, here's a tank top fashion show, and I'll see you in a minute. I feel like I have expanded my wardrobe by 1,000%. I have also decided to start lifting weights so that my arms look extra snatched. Think Angela Bassett. I love that all of the raw edges are hidden, that I don't need to put bias tape on anything because I hate doing bias tape. It takes forever. And with so little effort, they look professionally done, except for the bottoms. You don't have to look at the hems. Don't look at them. And I just tuck them in anyway. Nobody knows my secret. Don't tell anybody my secret though. I'm not sure how they'll wash, especially without top stitching around the edges, but I'll test it out and I will let you know. I'm not super worried about it. That is something for later Katie to handle. I also want to figure out how to use this pattern for non-stretch fabrics. I did a little test with the button-up shirt. It went quickly, but I need to still work with it to see how to get it to go even faster. Ultimately, I would love to do a linen version of this, but I think it's gonna have to have like some buttons or something at the neck or maybe at the back of the neck just to make sure it fits pretty well. Ultimately, I'm sure that it's possible. I have seen them somewhere else, so I know that it's a garment that exists. So is this something that you will try? What kind of variations are you thinking? I would love to know your ideas, because then I will I will steal them and I will turn them into my ideas. I'll give you credit, but they'll be our ideas. If this is something you think you're gonna try, let sewingpatterns.kitty know that you're using her stuff, because this woman is magic. Sharing it in a minute and completely changing my wardrobe is definitely worth celebrating. So make sure to give her a little bit of love over there. And also, thank you to Sedetta for upgrading my workspace. It was definitely something that I needed. If you're in the market for smaller workspace things, especially if you want fun lights, go over to Sedetta, check out the link in my description, because they have so many options. And again, I love how compact it is, but how useful it is. Special thank you to all of my makers over on Ko-fi. Hopefully you will make something like this, because they're super fun. If you want to be a maker, it is only $2 a month and you support all of the shenanigans that happen over here on the channel. If you don't want to do that, no big deal. Nothing else changes. That is it for this time. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. You can give it a thumbs down if you didn't like it. That's fine too. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm hoping it will be Cheapy to Creepy Part 2. That's it. I will see you guys later. Bye. Ooh, I look a lot stronger than I actually am. Kind of have noodle arms, but put the right lighting on anything, it looks good.